Before to continue, don't forget, only you must to remember some of the rules that we have learned before, or some of the rules that we have practiced before. For example, what is the first rule? Don't forget that similar in Spanish, if you have this word like perro, if you want to pluralize this word, only you have to add one letter S at the end, and then you have perro, perros. That is very simple in Spanish, okay? And as well, we have other words like a he, but in this case, you don't say a his. You said in this case, a he is. You see? So in this case, you have to add letter E and letter S. All right, but in English, we have some rules that we already learned. What is the number one? This is like the general rule. In the general rule, only you have to add the letter S. For example, a cap, the plural is caps. You see, to add letter S. Okay, like for example, maybe car, cars. Only you add letter S. You see, and then what is the next rule? The next rule says when you have words, or in this case, the nouns that ending in S, SH, CH, like X, Z, or even O, you have to add, in this case, ES. For example, like box, you see? Boxes, like church. Churches. You see? But you are adding these letters. You are adding. That's the main thing that you must remember. Now, what's the third rule? When you have consonant at the end, consonant plus Y, you have to add ES. So instead of Y, you have to add I, like diary, diary. Letter Y? No. Instead of Y, I and then ES in this case. That's the thing. Like, for example, city. Cities in this way. Okay. What's the rule number 4? In the rule number 4, when you have words that end in F or in F plus E, instead of that, you have to add the letter V plus ES. For example, wolf, wolves, or like wife, wives. Okay, now, do we have another rule? Yes. I told you that we have in this case irregular nouns. What is the particularity of these irregular nouns? That with these irregular nouns, you don't have to add any S, ES, or IS, or VS at the end, because the noun changed totally. For example, the plural of man is not mans. No, changed totally. So the plural of man is men. The plural of child is children. The plural of mouse is mice. You see? So in this case, the nouns change totally, totalmente. What is my recommendation? Check these rules or check the rules that you already copy on your notebook. On your notebook, I already sent you. Okay, you already copied the rules. All of you have the same rules. Only you have to analyze all of them. Okay, maybe kids, did you have any kind of question about this activity? Did you have any kind of question about this activity, kids? Does anybody? Any kind of questions, my kids? Any kind of question?
No.
Tell me.
No, teacher.
Okay. If you say that, all right. So, if you don't have questions,
Teacher,
tell me.
eso tenemos que copiar.
It's not necessary because you already have. You already have. I already gave you this. Okay.
Teacher.
Tell me, what's your question? Okay, so tell me. Okay, so what's the thing that we have to do in this case? In this case, you have to complete with a, and, the, a few, or X if you consider that it's not necessary. So here we have. Yeah. Don't forget that you have to complete with a, and, with a, and, a few, or X. For example, there is man over here. He's our new neighbor. What do you think is the right option in this case? What do you think it's? What? What? What do you think?
De.
No.
This is summer. También.
Yes. There is a man over there. Hay un hombre por ahí. Ah, él es nuestro vecino. Hay un hombre, hay un varón por ahí. Ah, él es nuestro vecino. So, there is a man over there. He's our neighbor. Yeah, now, what do you consider is in the next part? I need,
And
yeah. What is the thing that you have to remember? When you use a, the next word started with consonant sound. And when you have a, the next word started with vowel sound. But don't forget that you use a or an when you are talking about nouns. Nouns. What is another particularity that you have to remember about a or an? Always, always the words that are following to this, always they must be in singular. In singular, not plural. If you analyze, in this case, you have minutes. In this case, it's plural. So for that reason, it's impossible to use a, or it's impossible to use an. You understand? You got it? So what do you consider is in this way then? I need more minutes. Please wait for me. How do you think it's? Don't worry, you have some mistakes. Don't worry, you're learning. Don't worry. What do you think?
two.
Two. What is two? No. Mateito, you have to use these words. A, and, a few, or X.
¿Qué es eso?
What?
¿Qué es?
X, this case. La X significa que no va ninguno de estos, es decir, que va el espacio en blanco.
Profe, ¿puede ser repetida la palabra que nos
No,
dice?
no, it's the same.
A few.
Yeah. And then, Harrison has news for you. We have three options, and, da, or X. What do you consider is?
Teacher, podría ser they.
Yeah, okay. Then we are going to analyze, okay? And then, can you see bird over there? It's red and black. What do you think? Or what do you think goes in the last part? Joe goes to Florida every summer. He has an uncle there.
And
¿Por qué dice que va and? What do you think it goes and?
Porque habla de singular.
Exacto. Porque la siguiente palabra es singular. Me dice ankle. No dice ankles. Ankle. Y mire que comienza con sonido de vocal. Mire. Ankle. Ankle. ¿Cierto? Ya, ahora tenemos estas dos de aquí. What do you think? Is it correct? So in this case goes X. Yes, in that way, yes?
No, la cuarta debería ir de.
Yeah. And in the number 3 goes X. Like this? Yeah, so let's analyze, okay? Let's go. Excellent. Very, very good. That's it, the correct one. Teacher, pero le salió por ahí uno que está mal. No, tranquilos. Es porque esta aquí no le puse con mayúscula, pero ahí está bien. You got it. Always you have to try to analyze. Only you have to try to always think about what you're doing. Always think about what you are doing. Siempre, por favor, reflexionen lo que usted está haciendo. Nunca haga por hacer. Tiene que reflexionar y tiene que darse cuenta que lo que usted hace tiene sentido. ¿Sí? Always. All right. So, did you got it? Did you copy this? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's go with the next activity. And in the next activity, it's kind of similar. Now, what is the next activity? In the next activity, you have to complete these sentences using many, much, a lot of, any, and a little.